Hey, what is up, guys? Welcome back to the 40K Cafe, and today we're going to be going over the Sisters of Battle, otherwise known as the Adeptus Sororitas. The Adeptus Sororitas can date their founding all the way back to the 36th millennium, otherwise known as the Age of Apostasy. At this point in the Imperium's history, the Ecclesiarchy would hold undisputed power over the Imperium. With the Emperor interned on the Golden Throne and with all the Primarchs missing and or gone, as well as the unstoppable and ever so present warp storms that were becoming more and more of a problem, the monolithic church would end up becoming undisputed by any other political powers. With chaos and warp storms running ever so rampant, the Ecclesiarchy would appoint Goj Vandire, who would become the 361st leader of the Administratum of the Ecclesiarchy. I'd say appointed, but in all actuality, he attained this position by outright assassination, bribes, and eliminating any other opponents from the Ministorum. After he would become the High Lord, he would end up appointing his own leader and figurehead for the Ecclesiarchy. This would solidify his rule as a High Lord and remove any other oppositions that could threaten him. Now, I know that we said that this was about the Sisters of Battle, but don't worry, we're getting there. Early into Vandire's tyrannical rule, he would receive word of the Sisterhood of Warrior Women living on some agri-world in the system. Learning of their efficiency at battle and their undying dedication to the Emperor, Vandire would want to visit this world. He would come to learn that the sisters living on this planet would be known as the Daughters of the Emperor. Lord Vandire would want to bring these Daughters of the Emperor into the Ecclesiarchy and as a force for his administration. But upon reaching their gates, the Daughters of the Emperor would inform Lord Vandire that they would only answer to none other than the God Emperor himself. Other than the Emperor, their gates would remain closed to any other man. Goj Vandire would try to convince the Daughters of the Emperor that he was in fact blessed by the Emperor himself and came with the word. To prove this, he would instruct one of his lowly bodyguards to shoot him as he held a Rosarius in front of him. His point being that should he be left unscathed, then the Emperor was truly blessing him. And if not, he would be cast down like a heretic. In fact, what the sisters didn't know was that this Rosarius had a shield generator, and so when Goj Vandire was shot at, he would be left unscathed, and thus the Daughters of the Emperor would pledge their undying loyalty to them. So, with the Daughters of the Emperor pledging their new loyalty to their new master, they would be renamed into the Order of the Brides of the Emperor. These newly founded Brides of the Emperor would become Goj Vandire's bodyguards, executioners, and possibly more, adhering to any single one of his beck and calls. Goj Vandire would eventually be driven insane, and in the process would burn, murder, and pillage countless loyal Imperial worlds. Eventually, a rebellion would occur to rise up against Goj Vandire's reign of blood. This would go on for multiple solar months, and it would only come to an end when the Centurion Longinus of the Adeptus Custodes, the Praetorian Guard of the Emperor himself, sought out Alesia Dominica of the Daughters of the Emperor. Longinus would request Alesia Dominica and her most trusted companions, which were the leaders of Vandire's bodyguard, to accompany him to the Golden Throne and the God Emperor himself. Alesia Dominica would personally speak with the God Emperor, and although there's no written histories to tell of what transpired in there, it was evident that some sort of great truth was passed on to her. All that is truly known is that when they emerged from the Imperial Palace, they emerged with an uncontrolled, bridled fury right up to Vandire's chambers. Dominica would march right up to Vandire's chambers, condemning him for crimes against the Emperor. Vandire's only words and his last words were, "I don't have time to die. I'm too busy." Dominica would then draw her power sword and behead the traitorous High Lord. Now that the reign of blood was over, the Ecclesiarchy would go under reformation and would decree that they would have no men under arms. That being said, they would circumvent this and request that the Daughters of the Emperor would be reformed into the Sisters of Battle or the Adeptus Sororitas, and that way they would technically have no men under arms, and only daughters. The newly reformed Sisters of Battle would become the true defenders of the faith and the very physical reminder of the power that the Ecclesiarchy still possesses. And with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed this deep lore dive on the Sisters of Battle. Let me know what you want to hear next, and follow for more.